Hello, this is Margaret Farmer, who's running for Boston City Council District 1. And we're here to ask her two questions on Boston Public Schools. The first question is, what do you believe is the current state of the Boston Public Schools? A, what grade would you give it now? And B, what grade would you give them when Marty Walsh started 4 years ago?
Well, first of all, thank you very much for the opportunity to speak with you this afternoon. Boston Public Schools are an incredibly important issue, and I'm glad to see that the attention is being paid. I personally attended public schools. I was able to attend a Catholic high school for 4 years before going off to college, but I do know that I would not have been able to be as successful if I had not attended public schools. Also, my mother was a teacher, and I think that that gives me a little bit of a unique perspective coming in, understanding how much work and preparation it takes for someone to be successful in the classroom. I'm actually really thrilled with the amount of attention and focus we're starting to see on our Boston public schools. The Build BPS program, which has recently been passed, which is a $1 million 10-year plan to rebuild a significant number of our Boston public schools, would invest $100 million a year. As I'm sure everyone knows, some of our schools are the oldest in the nation. And although I'm proud of the construction that went into them, that they're still standing, they're not as conducive to modern technology or certainly modern weather patterns. So I'm certainly happy to see us moving in the direction of understanding that we need to make a major investment. I was also very pleased to see that Superintendent Chang instituted a new program for students who are homeless. I think that, and I'll talk a little bit more about this when we get into a later question, but you can't just expect a child to come in and learn if they are homeless, if they're dealing with substance use at home, if they aren't sure when the last time they ate was. So I think that we're definitely making strides in the right direction. I don't believe that they go far enough. They don't address the question of providing teachers with the supplies and the time they need to prepare and allow them to be successful in the classroom. It doesn't provide teachers with mentor opportunities for more experienced teachers, possibly teachers who are getting ready to retire but aren't quite ready for that yet. I think there's some flexibility in there. I think we can do more. We're starting in the right direction, but we should demand that our schools be the best in the nation. We have the best universities in the world. And if every parent was confident that no matter where their child was going to go, they were going to go to a great school, a level 1 school, they wouldn't worry about the lottery. They'd worry about how far they had to take their child to school in the morning, and that would be the biggest concern. But currently, when I'm talking to parents out in the district, in East Boston, in Charlestown, in the North End, I constantly hear the concern, the fear. How will I do in the lottery? Will I get into the school that is best for my child? Because the fear is that they're going to get in somewhere that isn't the best. And we all want what's best for our kids. So that's why I'd like to see every school pushed up to a level 1. I'd like it to earn it, not just given, but moved up to a level 1 school, in particular in District 1, our high schools, the Charlestown High School and East Boston High School. We know that if a school system is not a quality school system, those who have the means will send their children to private schools. Those who have options but not means will sell their home, will change jobs, and will move to a community that gives them a quality education. And those who have neither means nor options will just do the best they can. We need to give them everything that they need to be successful. And I'm going to wrap up here so you can ask me the next question, and I'll tell you exactly how I think we should do that.
Okay, so the second question is, what specifically are you going to do to improve them? A, how many schools are you going to visit? B, what programs would you add or subtract? And C, how much more money, if any, do you think the schools need?
So I'm going to break that up into a couple of different sections because there were a couple different questions in there. I have already had the privilege of visiting a number of our public schools, and I am thrilled at the creativity, at the passion, and at the commitment and dedication that our teachers bring to our schools. And the same is true of our students. I saw people who were coming up with projects to allow children to express their creativity while still learning about math. I saw a poster advertising don't vote for Blackbeard for president. So the children, but I mean, it sounds funny, but it's a creative way of involving students in the democratic process. So I would continue to visit our public schools. My hope would be by the end of my first year that I have visited all of our public schools. I think it's important that I get feedback directly from parents, students themselves, and from teachers on ways that we can continue to improve our public schools. They're the ones who are most closely involved and can give the feedback and the creative ideas that sometimes we need and sometimes people who sit in offices can't come up with on their own. I'd like to see a number of programs added to the Boston public school system. Mass Start, which is actually a state level program, which is currently only in the Winthrop Public Schools, has shown tremendous success in working with students. They work with high-risk students who have shown behavioral issues or have self-identified as having some problems at home, and it provides a social worker and a clinician so that the students know that they have someone that they can talk to, someone who will support them, and a social worker to help them resolve some of the more formal issues like homelessness or helping a parent find an option for treatment, along with many others. In addition, I'd like to see more public-private partnerships. I'm a big fan. We here in Boston are incredibly lucky that we have companies that are known throughout the world for providing services, for improving technology, and a number of those companies believe in giving back. They believe in helping their employees be involved in the community. So I think we need to make it as easy as possible for them to partner with schools, either to provide technology or items, or even to run programs and after-school classes. For instance, Girls Who Code is a wonderful, wonderful after-school program, and there are a number of organizations, or a number of companies here in Boston, like Amazon, like Google, who would be thrilled to provide us with people to hold those clubs after school, so as to provide the enrichment and the support to the regular education that students have. It would also save us from needing to hire special teachers to offer some of these classes as well. We are training our children to be a part of the future workforce, and having that feedback from companies helps make sure that we are raising children who have the education level and the competition, or have the education level that they need to be part of the competition to get the very best jobs, as we want them to be successful in that. I'm not sure what the exact price tag is to have our public schools be where we need them to be. I know it's more than we spend now, and I am prepared to make that investment. I am a firm believer in spending money today so that you can see a savings and a return on that funding tomorrow. And education is one of the greatest places that we can make investments in our community. Companies come here. A big part of that is because of the universities that provide them with a steady stream of an educated workforce. It's why they're here and why they're not in Kansas. We need to make sure that our students, the ones from Boston Public Schools, can get into those colleges, can get into the Harvards, the MITs, the Simmons, and can be those people that are hired for strong income jobs, so that they have the future that we want them to have, that we all want them to have, whether you're their parent, they're your neighbor, or they're just someone in the community. Thank you again for the opportunity to talk to you this afternoon. If you have additional questions, please check out my website at www.margaretfarmer.org, and I would be very pleased to have your vote on September 26th, and then again on November 5th. Thank you. Have a great day.
Well, thank you for your time. This is Margaret Farmer, running for Boston City Council, District 1.
Thanks.